Our mics are unmuted.
We are unmuted. We are ready.
Hello. Are we live?
I think so.
Well, good morning. Good Saturday morning to all. And welcome to another episode of the Sim Racing Guys with Mike and Mike.
I don't know if you can hear me. I really hope so.
Let me see here.
That's switch mic. Yeah, you're over there. It's opposite on two screens. Well, I don't know which one you're at. You're over there. I wonder if I can get your ear. No.
Over here?
Yeah, we're here. We're good to go. So
feel like the Brady Bunch, remember?
Yeah.
Boxes.
We just want to get some more viewers in here. It just says we have one viewer now.
Sure.
That's probably you.
It's probably me.
That sucks. I want more viewers.
Well, that's okay. They'll build it and they will come.
I really hope so, because this takes a lot of time and effort.
It does. So, for those of you that are watching, it's our second broadcast, and we are here to just talk about anything related to sim racing. Really anything in general, but focusing mainly on the hobby, the sport, the thing that we really enjoy to do on a continuous basis. For me, many, many years, and Mike as well. We're two middle-aged fat guys just that love this whole sim racing community. So we're just glad to be here.
Let me mute that. That'll get annoying. Yeah, 240 years experience.
Yes, we have a lot of years.
Everyone asks us about that. I just tell them.
I know. It's like they're so literal about it. That makes you 120 year guy. We're just kidding. We're not that old.
I just say it's dog years.
Dog years, yeah.
It's in dog years. It's in dog years. But you know what?
We've probably spent enough money for that many years.
You know what? I'm gonna bring up my Steam account here.
Oh.
This could get embarrassing of how many hours spent in Sims. Let me bring up my Steam account. I know.
All my computer does. All my computer does is run a simulator.
I know which one has the most. I think it's RF2. I think it's RF2. But it might also be the original Assetto Corsa.
Take a look at mine too. Let me ask this. With all the hours that you put in and whatever sim that you've put it in, so we've learned a lot over the years, and the technology as it's advanced, the way that it relays racing information into your hands. And which simulator was it that you first experienced force feedback on? And was it as jaw-dropping as it was for myself? Because I don't know if you stayed religiously continuing, to race and drive on simulators. I had stopped for several years, and during that time they developed actual force feedback. And I remember the first time I tried it, it was I couldn't believe it. And
mine was Forza.
Do you remember?
Mine was Forza.
Forza.
Was it the original Forza, or was it Project Gotham Car? It might have been the original Forza with the Xbox 360 wheel.
Oh, with the 360 wheel, and that had force feedback.
It did. It was garbage.
You're not talking about the Fanatec one.
No, I'm talking about the white Xbox 360 wheel.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's a wireless wheel with force feedback. They lied. It was a wireless wheel with no force feedback, but if you plugged it in, it had force feedback.
Oh, okay. All right.
Then I'd have to say, finding out you could plug it into your computer and use it would probably be GTR2.
Yeah, that was it for me, GTR2. I had the last, prior to that was, you remember EA Sports came out with a whole line of F1.
Yeah.
F1 Challenge or something like that. I forget what it was, but I think it was the last. It was in the 90s something, and I remember Montoya was on the cover with the BMW F1. Anyway, I just got frustrated with the sim racing thing, single player stuff, just constantly, and then all of a sudden, like maybe 2-3 years or something, and all of a sudden I started reading about these force feedback wheels, and I got that Logitech Momo wheel, and GTR2, and I think it was in the Ferrari. I think it was the 550. It was one of the cars that they had on there, and holy shit, when that force feedback kicked in, and I went, this is unbelievable, man. And that just hooked me, man. That was hook, line, and sinker, and I've been just dumping my wallet every year since then. What are you working on over there?
I'm getting private messages on Facebook.
Oh.
Going, what are you guys on about? I'm like, give us a watch. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, don't be dumb. We're just talking. We're just talking. We want your interaction.
Okay.
We want you to come in and give us some subjects and things that we can talk about.
So how many hours do you think I have in RF2?
Let me look at mine. I know you've put in an infinite amount more than I have. I just want to get an idea looking at mine to see if I can come up with even a possible. I would say What about 2,000 hours?
No.
Less?
More.
More than 2,000?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I just had an update
I'll just
for
tell you.
Project
I'll
Cars
just
2.
tell you mine. Mine was 899 hours. Okay.
I'm 3,296.6 hours.
See, my 800 depresses me. It makes me think like, my God.
Now we go to our Assetto Corsa, which I thought, to be fair, because in the leagues we ran, Assetto Corsa, we ran it for like 3 years solid. I thought I'd have more than that. Sadly, 1,300 hours.
560.
And then let's go. I've only got like 50 hours in ACC. And Project Cars. Project Cars, 12 hours.
Oh, really? Project Cars 2?
12 hours.
I have 650. We ran a couple leagues on it, so. And then, what's next on here? Well, let's see. Automobilista 2, I have 172 hours on.
I haven't. I think I've got like 3 hours on that.
ACC, I've got 150.
They beat me in ACC because I've got 42 hours.
And American Truck Simulator, I got 11.9 hours.
I have that. Where is that? American Truck Simulator. How many you got? 11?
I got 11.9 hours.
You beat me. You beat me. I got 7.8. You get 7.8.
It doesn't quite make me. It doesn't get my heart going like.
No, but
like
when you have that itch to go haul some chickens around, deliver some eggs, you know.
There's some guys that broadcast that do,
and they just sit there and
like they're driving down the road, you know.
You know what? I would do it. I would do a fun night of just streaming and just like, you know what? These chickens got to get to Nebraska, and it's only me, my Mack truck.
The weird thing is that if you drive from, let's say, where you live in Nebraska or in Canada, and you drive all the way to Nebraska, it only takes like an hour.
In the game.
In the game, yeah.
But if you add rum, you add a few rum and cokes to that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
A few rum and cokes to that. And you can only listen to the country music station the whole way.
That's a fantastic idea. I think really getting yourself absolutely, completely tanked while you're driving a 49-foot trailer.
I would just picture I was in Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh yeah. That'd be good. That'd be good. It'd be cool if they let you simulate, like if you're in a cop car or something, you can chase some people around, and they should just open it up and make it like just an all-around driving simulator for anybody. And then everybody can virtually drive to work, get stuck in traffic, just like you do in real world. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Can you imagine having like the big 12 shifter, whatever it is, sitting in traffic?
Dude, have you seen that module that they?
I've seen it.
That you can get?
Yeah, I've seen it. I think it connects to the Logitech shifter, doesn't it?
I'm not sure. It looks, and they even have a farm one where you can the peripheral is like it's got like a joystick on it, and kind of crazy.
I don't have Farm Simulator. Ooh. Yeah, I don't have Farm Simulator at all.
I don't either. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to.
I have a feeling it would get addicting. Like I really gotta go tend to my crops. Sorry, honey, I can't have dinner tonight. I gotta go tend to my crops
tonight, honey. I gotta go plow the fields.
I'm a farmer.
Sorry, I can't plow. You gotta go.
I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy.
So hey, we got Le Mans 24-hour Le Mans going. That's pretty awesome. I wasn't. Is there any sim leagues doing the 24 at the same time, or
is iRacing doing it?
It seemed like everybody did it like weeks ago, and it was like it seemed like
I thought iRacing.
Every week I kept seeing some kind of a notification of someone having a 24-hour race, but I wasn't aware if they were going to have any of the big ones this weekend too. I don't know if I'd want to be in a 24-hour race while the 24 is going on because I want to watch.
Yeah, I think they do it. I think they did it the week before, or maybe it's next week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know what? I haven't done iRacing. I have it. I have a sub to it, but I don't know.
I didn't renew.
Everyone's like, "Oh, wait
I'm having
till
too much.
Christmas."
I'm having too much fun with our league, man.
It's
It's enough.
Like, look, I just updated it last Saturday, and I got another update. Update again. Download.
For what? The server?
No, for iRacing.
Oh, for iRacing.
For iRacing, yeah. I understand why guys like it, and I don't know. We can go on a 2-hour chat about iRacing, but I don't want it. I don't want to.
I found that I was putting a lot of time in and getting into races, and just it's deadened my emotions iRacing because I used to get a little hot blooded about certain things, and I would like if I was
Is that why you smashed like 3 wheels?
What do you mean?
You know.
Oh, steering wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I throw them across the room.
So,
No, but I basically I've realized after all the races I've done in there, like the accidents are just part of the racing now, and so even in our league, if somebody were to have some kind of a connection with me, or we collide and I end up, I don't lose my temper at all. I just realize, hey, this is just racing. More than that, this is supposed to be fun, right? And we're supposed to be having a good time. And for me, with all the years and hours, just trying to get back into the race after a really bad mistake or whatever. I mean, even in our league, I've screwed up my pit stop I don't know how many times, and it's bit me. And to me, that's a challenge. Like now, I gotta be more focused and make sure I have everything checked. And
see, I was that guy who used to come home from work, because I was lucky. The wife worked till 8:30 at night, and I got home about 4:30 in the UK. And I would go from about 4:30 to about 8 o'clock, constantly just running laps on the server. Lap after lap after lap.
If I didn't have a house full of family people and the wife, the kids, the dogs, everything, like if I was still 8 years ago in my 1-bedroom apartment, I'd be on there all the time.
Yeah,
putting the laps in, but I'm enjoying this latest all the latest sims that are coming out. I'm enjoying the amount of work that those guys are putting in to make all this stuff so enjoyable. I saw SimLabs Richard. I just wanted to congratulate him for picking up that contract with Mercedes Petronas. That was very cool.
I've known about it. I've had to keep it quiet for... Let me check my WhatsApp, because...
That's great.
It's been months. He's been working on it for months. And yeah, Richard... Hats off to Richard. I've known Richard since he's started out in his garage. And he's always been...
really nice, too.
Super nice. He's I consider one of my best friends. He's we chat. It might just be a quick chat on WhatsApp or whatever, or Facebook Messenger. Send a stupid meme.
It's just nice to see. For me, it's nice to see somebody who took a homegrown business, okay, and found a unique niche. Took the time to design something that works for all types of drivers.
Yeah.
And he probably had no idea how big that was going to get. He probably thought he was just going to be kind of a sim boutique of stuff that he could provide, but all of a sudden, boom! Like, I'm glad he got the recognition and he got that deal going with them, because they are. I mean,
it's gonna be massive.
couple rigs.
I've already told him next year I want tickets to the Montreal Grand Prix, and he's got to come over here.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then maybe we'll have to come down to Texas.
Yeah, that'd be fun too.
But only if there's no COVID.
Yeah, COVID kind of screws everything up.
It screws everything up. It screwed a lot of crap up. We got 4 watchers. 4 watchers, say hi in the chat, guys.
Hi, guys.
Let us know you're there.
Yeah, let us know. Oh, so one of the things that people had said was that we should discuss a little bit about racecraft. You know, how do
you police it on a server?
Well, no. What I think basically what he's saying is kind of pointers on how to, like, for me, our next race is going to be at Paul Ricard, and I've never driven the track. I know it's weird. I've had simulators that have had it. It's just never a track that I ever found appealing. Like, it just looked like a flat, featureless
is it corner
F1
1,
track.
2, 3? It's corner 3 or 4. I can't. I hate it. I hate that track.
But
whoever picked it for our league, worst move ever. I'd rather do Bathurst.
But the thing is that it made me have to go, because it's one of the tracks that I haven't put laps on, and it's rare that I come across a track I haven't put laps on. So I get on that track, and it's like all of a sudden I have to remember and kind of reach back and go, okay, let's take this in a certain method, right? So I find myself going, okay, let's try to understand the layout of the track. I don't tend to use track maps or anything like that, or racing line assist or anything. I just try to go out and actually just look at the tarmac. I look at the rubber that's on the track itself, and I kind of can tell where people are braking and where the best line through the apex is, because it kind of builds that rubber up in there. But if you're racing a car that you've had hours in and you understand the nuances of that vehicle, like how the car shifts or how it brakes, and the stability through turns and stuff like that, you can you learn the furthest level of the grip available in that car. So I found myself like going, okay, I'm going to take it section by section. So sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, and it kind of comes together after about 4 or 5 laps. And I found myself at probably about lap 6 or 7 where I was actually putting down some good times. And but then you get on there and you look at everybody else's time, and you're still like 2 seconds off. And you're like, I gotta find it,
See,
and that's
I've always hated that, because you watch our live timings on the server.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, these guys are 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're going to find 5 seconds. Right?
There's some fast guys, Mike. There's guys in our league that are so fast.
New Old Stock Racing. That's McCoy. Yeah. Fast. He uses Motec. He uses any tool he can get to get faster lap times. I still think I still think he's cheating. I think he's cheating. I think he's got hacks. I think it's probably his kid driving. Because
you never see his face. I
think it's his kid. So,
what do you do setup wise? Because I am not a good setup guy. Like, I'm learning a lot through ACC right now, like the fundamentals of setting up a car, but primarily I focus on like tire pressure, camber, and then but usually what I've been doing is I always take the baseline and I push the baseline as hard as I possibly can, and usually I can be competitive with it. But if I know that if I spent the time figuring out how to properly set up the car, I know I could be faster. But I know you've worked a lot on setups and stuff like that. So what kind of things do you do? Like, is there a method that you go through on a new track in a car that you haven't had a setup for?
Are you talking to me or McCoy?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, geez, I thought you were talking to McCoy. It was different on the original AC. Because
Okay.
AC, I could really tell the difference. RF2, you could really tell the difference because you can set up the car completely wrong and just change that one thing, and it's like, oh, okay, that worked. Let's try a little bit more of this. Um, I don't like a super. It doesn't have to be to me. It doesn't have to be a super fast car. It's got to be a tight car. I like a tight car where I turn the wheel, car turns. I want it to stick.
Right. I mean, well,
I
I mean,
had I had a
everybody
I had a
wants that,
friend
but
when I was living in Scotland, and he's a suspension guru. The
uh,
guy, mainly on bikes. He used to do my track bike and all my bikes. He used to do all the suspension on my bikes. And he came over one night. Guy name was Eddie Stone, ERS Racing in Scotland. If any of you guys have bikes, uh, hey Darren, it's so he came over one night because he wanted to try the rig. He's like, I got to try this. I've seen pictures of it. I want to come over and try it. So he came over dinner, boom, 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 and I'm like, listen, I got to set up this. I think we're doing the Clios on RF2. I'm
mhm.
like, I have to set this car up for this track, and you're a suspension whiz. What do you suggest? And he said, put everything to zero. Put everything to zero and start from there. So we put it all to zero. We ran 3 laps. Okay, what's it doing in the corners? Well, it's just wants to push right through the corner. Doesn't want to turn. All right, let's change a little bit of camber. Boom. How'd that do? It's better. But now the back end wants to swing out. All right, let's change suspension rates. And we basically, he sat there with me for probably 3 hours, and it got to the point where I never had to change my setup for any other race for that league. I used that one setup. I never won. I don't think I've won a few races, but I've never gone into it going like, I got to win this race. I've always gone into it's got to be fun. But after that, anytime we did a new league, he would come over and the same thing. We'd set up each car. I'll make
Okay.
you dinner, dude. We gotta set up this car, and that's how
So
I got it.
he just understood like
He understood
the the dampening, the
the damn
bump, the
and he tried. You know what? Years ago, I understood it all, but now I just go in. I know the basics of what I want the car to do, and I just mess around with it till I get it to where I like it, where it's comfortable, where I can at least drive it on the track and not spin out every corner.
my goal is always to have a car that'll finish the race, and I'm not going to be at the end of each stint. Like if we do a one stopper,
Yeah,
I don't want to be at the end of that stint with having to be fighting the car for the last 3 laps of the stint. So I always try to put a medium balance of fuel in, so like maybe half of my stint, and then I'll run tires. I'll do 5 laps. This is what I do. I go out on baseline setup and I run 5 clean laps.
yeah, exactly.
If
I'd run 3 or 5 laps.
Yeah, if I fuck the lap up, I'll jump out and go back out and do another 5 laps. So once I get, because that way I know the tires are at temperature and everything. So then the first thing I look at is pressures, and I know the target pressure. I know in ACC target pressures are usually around like 27.5 pounds per square inch or something like that. Hot.
27 or 28.
Well, I try to work from 27 and a half up. So I'll try to see where the grip is depending on the condition of the track, right? Because the track temperature is
Okay, new follower. Typical Canadian.
well,
Darian just followed us. That's cool.
hey, how's it going, man?
Sorry to interrupting.
Yeah, so anyway, so I go out, I run those laps, I come in, I play with the air pressures a little bit to try to get them all evened out. Even if I'm not on the target pressure, I try to get them all even, because then that way I can go do laps and just increase each side of the car by like 2 or 3 or whatever, clicks. And then once I get the tire temperatures stabilized, then I start playing with the aero. And I try to work off the fastest turn on the track. So like if you're on a track that has like a straightaway with a sweeping right, I try to make sure that car is
Planted
going all the way through there, but not so much planted, but just balanced. I don't care if the car is going to slide a little bit. I mean, you know what I mean? Like have a little give and stuff, but I want it doing it. I don't want the front end washing out. I want the rear end to start swinging out. So I try to find a good balance because you can lose a lot of time especially on a fast turn. You can lose a lot of time going through that if you don't have it set up right. And then I focus on the most difficult turn on the track, and that's usually something that's going to be slow. And if it's slow, it's going to be suspension setup because the aero has nothing to do with the car. If you're doing, 30 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour, the aero is not helping through that section of the track. It's, it's all going to be down to mechanical grip. So that's kind of the approach. And then, but I'm still, like I said, like McCoy, I'm still a second off his time if I go out. But to me, I just want a good balanced car that's set up for racing. I never set up the car for a hot lap. I always set it up for a race setup.
I don't even bother anymore. I just go on the bike. Anyone go to set up for the Audi?
I know, you do that all the time. You're like, okay, guys, qualifying's in 3 minutes. Who's got to set up?
You got to, though. Everyone's got to do it. I don't know. I don't have time anymore.
I know.
Work. I don't know.
So
what is your reaction? Because every league I've ever been into, you always have guys complaining about blue flags, mind the blue flags. So I've always thought, okay, blue flags, race your line. Don't pull over to the side and let someone pass. Race your line, right? But slow down.
There's a way to do it where you're not losing your own time.
But your thing is, you don't lose a lot because all you got to do is come out of that corner and instead of gunning it, just lift, let them pass,
and go off the line so you can get through.
No, he doesn't. No, it's not up to you to get out of the way. It's up to you to let them pass.
Well, this is the scenario that describes to me. Okay, so let's say you have slower car in front, fast car in back, entering into, let's say, a chicane, or let's say even just a hairpin or something. Okay, yeah. So we have a situation where the fast car is right on the slow car, and as you exit the turn, if that slow car stays on that line and lifts, this guy here who's going to be punching the throttle that could cause a problem. But if the guy took the hairpin and instead of exiting on the line, stayed off the line.
Yeah, but you could also think of it this way: if you come out of that hairpin, you're the faster driver, right? Well, no, I'll say because I beat you last race. I'm the faster driver, and we come out of that chicane, right? As soon as
I know I can't argue that right now, but man, I'm telling you, this next race, you're gonna eat that.
What's he say there? Blue flag means let the car pass within 3 cars unless it's a blue with a yellow flag. Of course, but you don't have to swerve erratically or move off to the other side of the track,
or go off track,
to let them pass. I've always, and a lot of the guys we race with will know, I will come out of that corner or hit that straight, and I will just slow down just enough where they can pass me easily, and I just tuck in back in behind them.
That's what I do, but I go off the line. So
I don't go off the line. I stay on the line because the last thing you do is you're going to realize some guy's going off the line just as you're going to pass him. That's why I've always stayed in the line.
But you know what? In a set of Corsa, you can actually set up a button to where you can turn your signals on, so you can indicate which way you're gonna.
Who puts fucking signal lights in a fucking game?
But they use it in endurance. They use it all the time. Like
that's endurance.
But that's what
we're racing 40 minutes.
I know, but
No, I think I've always just stay on the line and just lift. And let the guys pass you on your right or your left, whatever side of track you're on.
See, I think that's dangerous.
See, going offline is dangerous. Think of an LMP driver's perspective. Exactly. Stay on the racing line. If you're in a faster car, you pass them. You pass the slower car. Let the slower car stay the line.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about an LMP car that's going so much faster. But I'm talking about same class, same vehicles.
If I'm going to get lapped, He's got to pass me, but it's up to him to pass me. I'm not going to make room for him. I'll let off on the blue flag.
Yeah,
right?
but hey,
and let him pass me.
But if everybody's in the same class, if you're not in a multi-class race and you're racing a car that's equal in performance, there's not such a huge gap or such a performance difference where an LMP car can easily overtake a GTE car. But on a if you're going, and that's correct. If in that case, that slower car should just maintain the line, because that LMP will. I mean, watch them on there. I mean, they just blow past those guys. But if everybody's equal in performance, you can't just blow past the guy. It's not going to happen unless the guy lifts or gets out of the way. And I would rather him not lift on the racing line, because your foot's down. You're not. That's gonna cause like a serpentine and an accordion effect.
No, because every time I've gone to pass a slower car and and then they've gone to go like swerve lanes, I'm like, ah, shit. You end up lifting again because you got to avoid them. So that's why I've always just stayed on
erratic.
I've just stayed on the line, and just lift it. Not like let right off the throttle. Just lift off a bit so you're going a little bit slower than them, and they have the juice to pass you before the next corner.
Yeah, I just know, like, if I'm going down, let's say, a straightaway, and I've got a blue flag indication, and I've got a faster car coming up, and I know he's the race lead, and I'm about to get lapped, I will exit a turn, and I will stay offline on the exit and let him go off on the inside, most likely, and just fall in behind him and get as much of a tow as I can, but I won't attack or anything like that. I just stay off the line on the exit of the turn and let them, because I think that's the area where is most safe, I think.
I guess.
Or short shift.
As long exactly. I just hate those guys who don't let you pass when you're faster than them.
Or people that
got the blue flags.
Stressed.
Oh yeah.
They get stressed. They start going, oh shit, which way do I go? There was a perfect example when we were in our off-season league. We had a driver that me and Raceface came up on, and he was going much slower. He held his line, he stayed there, and we both split around him. But it must have been very nerve-wracking for him, because he saw both cars coming, both cars split, and all of a sudden he's got two guys passing him, one on the left, one on the right. And it worked out perfect. I love the replay because you get to see the two cars never stopped fighting, and the one dude just let him slip right past them. It was great. Good way to do it. But the trick is not to get blue flagged, right? Like stay on pace. Don't crash. Don't spin out.
Maybe if I can run more than 10 laps before the actual race.
That would, yeah.
Yeah.
I got, Mike, I let you down. You're my teammate, buddy.
I know, and I beat you.
I know.
I beat you fair and square. This whole, you don't practice enough. I put all these laps in.
I had a problem.
You had a problem. The hardware?
I had a problem.
Hardware?
No. I just did a complete donut right in the middle of the race.
Did you let up?
Yeah, split. Yeah, that Schumacher Hakkinen pass at Spa. That I remember watching that live. I was like, that was exactly the type of scenario, except for we were deeper into the turn. McCoy, we were deeper into the turn on this couple races ago when we were racing, but that Schumacher and Hakkinen pass, that's such a classic, and just nerve-wracking because there's not a lot of. I mean, when you got three cars wide on that back straightaway there on not the back straightaway, but
what track was it on?
On Spa.
Oh yeah. The one before right after the bus stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. After the one after Eau Rouge.
Oh, the yeah. Okay, I know what straight you're talking about.
I don't know what
I forget straight. The name of the straight. Yeah. I know. After, yeah. Okay, before the chicane.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, very very fast, last second under braking. Who would outbrake? Plus a car in the middle of the track.
Did I remember, before we started the stream, I showed you that rig. The
Oh yeah. That's
so
the
this, you know what? If I was to build another rig, this is what I'm gonna build. I swear to God, this is beautiful. 1 second here.
Can you put it on the screen?
Yeah, I've just put it on. So
I don't
this is the Pininfarina
Oh, there it is.
simulator.
Yeah. Look at that thing. Jeez.
I want one so bad. I want it so bad. But
So
then
these are the guys that actually.
But then you look at that
designed the
picture there.
Ferrari.
You look at that picture there, and the guy's like, he's sitting a little too high. So these are the guys who design like a lot of the classic Ferraris. They've designed Pininfarina, and then here's the new Aston Martin rig.
Oh.
So here's the new Aston Martin rig. Is it really worth the money though?
Oh my God! Look at that. It's a better setup than that Pininfarina.
The
one or
Pininfarina
whatever
one's
that
made for like classic cars, but I still like the look. It just looks classy. This just looks like this is a carbon fiber wet dream. The Aston Martin one.
Yeah. I mean, you're obviously limited to configuration in a rig like that.
Yeah. But then, I like the Aston Martin one. But then again, it doesn't. How would I add motion to that? I'd have to add motion to it.
I like my SimLab.
Yeah, I like my SimLab too. Speaking of which, Richard's coming out with a bunch of new rigs. I've seen pictures. Everyone's seen his new F1 rig coming out.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
That looks cool. But I've seen some.
Aston Martin's is cooler. I
does
agree.
look nice. I'd wanted it the reddish orange there, that copper orange.
That would trip people out. I just imagine that sitting in my living room and like.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of
like-
art. But so
like
does
the
the
family-
so does
like
the Pininfarina one. The Pininfarina one looks like a piece of art. Like look at those. Look at those two side by side. I'd want the blue one. I'd have to have the blue one. Like look at that. Look at that red seat, like leather seat in the red one. That just looks
Look at that!
cool.
Look at that big wooden steering wheel.
Yeah. All right, enough of those. Those are like
We've
40, 50 grand each.
We've advanced in technology, so
But
I mean it's nice, but
so Darian's saying SimLab will
I
have,
wonder
have
how-
a Merc. Have a Merc chassis? Probably they will, and I know for a fact they will. Everyone's seen pictures of SimLab's new F1 rig, haven't you? So SimLab's
do you have
new,
a picture of it?
I'm gonna have to find one now. I didn't even think to put it into the.
They have a nice new seat too. I saw.
Yeah. So
It's kind of you can go like F1 style or GT style.
let me let me do this. Save image as. Let me put it in my stream folder, right? And let me do this. Let's go save. Let's add a new
Old man racing.
display picture. Who's that? Old man racing. What are you talking about?
I know we're
old man racing. Yeah. Add source. No, that's not what I do. Cancel. I want a picture. I just want to add I want to add a damn picture.
There you go. You got a little desktop screenshot going there.
I guess I could have done that, eh? Yeah, let's just
Is
leave
that the F1? That's the F1.
Hold on. Yeah, let's do that here. So let's load the image here. Let's see if it loads.
Make sure you don't have any porn on your tabs.
I don't. So there it is right there. That's his new F1 rig. So I know for a fact that's going to be...
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be Mercedes F1 branded. It's got to be.
Yeah, and the Fanatec, because they're already involved in
you know, that just looks...
nice. That's a nice looking rig.
That looks sexy. I'd buy that.
Is it configurable? Does it...
So
adjust?
he's doing that one like that, and then there's another one that's going to be alloy extrusion like the P1X and all that. Right? So
that's more configurable.
Yeah, guys who want to be able to go from a GT3 to an F1 standing. And then I've seen, I can't show him. I promised I wouldn't show him. He sent me a few pictures of other rigs that are being made, and it's a total departure from what SimLab usually does.
Does it suspend from the ceiling?
It floats.
It floats?
It floats. No, so he's got Richard's got some cool designs coming out, and you know what? He's gonna be the one-shop stop when it comes to rigs. I think people say, oh, there's cheaper options out there. There's always cheaper options out there. But look at the trouble the guys are having with was it T80 or who makes
TR
that?
Track Racer.
Track Racer. Look at the problems people are having with Track Racer.
I know. I know. I saw that.
At least when
that was on my list when I was shopping. I mean, you were the one who convinced me on the route I took, but
yeah, there was a wait for it. You had to wait for it, but so did everyone. COVID changed everything. Changed everything for sim racing because all these guys are now locked in their house watching these real racers, and I think we talked about it last week, watch these real racers on something most of us have already. And they're like, oh, I got to have that. Buy now, buy now, buy now. What used to be like a 6 to 10 day wait for SimLab, it was 6 to 8 week wait if you're lucky. You know? And I think it caught everyone off. And it wasn't just, everyone else was waiting. Richard or all the other manufacturers having to wait for product to come in.
Well, yeah, you had a supply and demand problem. You had a huge demand. You had a reduction in the supply chain.
Yeah.
Like I knew when I ordered mine, it was like, all right, just get it out of your head. It's not. Just pretend you're not even expecting it, or just anything to keep my mind off of like, God, when's this thing gonna get there? Because I'm terribly impatient. Like I'm.
Oh, look at me! I'm ready to go buy a 3080 today because I can, and I'm like, I really want the 3090, but I can put in the 3080 today.
Do it. Screw it.
I can buy the 3080 today, But now I'm thinking, okay, 3090's next week. I'm actually, once we're done this chat, I'm going to put my pre-order in because our local store it will let me, so I can have one of the first ones that are coming in. And then I'm like,
I may have to go Rob's. I don't know. I need to go find some extra money somewhere.
Get a Trump check.
Problem is, I'm married, man. The Trump check goes to the two of us, and it's like I gotta make money out of that money so I can spend that money. Actually, you know what? I'm totally content, man. I mean, maybe the next thing. That's probably the next thing I'll focus on.
A video card?
It's a video card, but that's it, man.
Well,
you have
a 2070 now, right?
No, I got a 1080. That's it. 1080.
Ah, shit! I'll send you my 1080 Ti once I put in my 3090.
Is it that much better than the 1080?
Yeah. I went from a 980 Ti to a 1080 to a 1080 Ti. It's a lot better. Check the benchmarks out. That's why I went with a Ti. And I know next year they're going to come out with a 3080 Ti. It's just, I just want the 3090. I'm going to do this to VR. I can run.
Mine's a wee bit bigger.
It's just going to be a dick waving contest for me. Oh, you got a 3080? Oh, look at this.
Wow.
It'll basically like, that's what you'll hear. So,
how does that typical? Do you do VR racing at all, or use VR headsets?
Me?
No, typical Canadian.
I don't know if he's on VR. I think he's on a screen.
He's got a 1060. I'm just curious if that runs.
It'll run VR. It'll run the Oculus, all right.
Oh yeah.
It won't push like a Primax or anything. So
the 2x4, the 2x4 strapped to your forehead.
It's a shark head. It's a hammerhead shark. That's what it looks like. Why you gotta knock it? I love it. I got like a 180-degree view.
I know, it's awesome.
In age like 400
times.
Awesome.
Okay, 2080 Super.
So McCoy's going to a 2080. He's got a 2080 Super.
He's going to go 3080, yeah.
See, and you know what? That's gonna be nice. I'm gonna be able to whop out my 3090 and crush his 3080.
Yeah, but you're still going to be in his rearview mirror.
True. But the guy sits there and he laps after lap after lap. I honestly think he's killed his wife. He's pawned his kid off to another family, and that's all he does.
That's harsh.
No, it's a little harsh, or he's kicked her out of the house, or he's been kicked out of the house.
Yeah.
They work totally opposite times.
Because he's in the garage, like you've been, put in the garage.
I wasn't put in the garage. I'm like,
yeah, you can tell us whatever you want. We get it.
I wasn't put in the garage.
Okay.
I would leave.
Those of us who are married understand.
I took the garage. The garage is my garage setup is sick. I love my garage setup.
It's a little dirty right now.
It's not really dirty. That bag deck there. Go where are you? Right there. That's my that's my helmet bag. And the only reason it's on the ground is because I put the Ducati on its stand.
Yeah, it looks nice like that.
He's sitting right next to her right now. Hi, McCoy's wife. or have a girlfriend lives on another continent.
Well, that distance, that always helps.
See, Darian,
they can't really see the level of the sickness.
Darian, just because you have a girlfriend on another continent doesn't mean she's real. Okay, handing your Visa card over to her every time you need to talk to her does not make her a girlfriend.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, yeah, you know what? That's why he practices.
I've been. I had to put my rig in my freaking bedroom because our 25-year-old daughter has moved back into the house, and I lost my sim room, and now I'm in here. So I'm now been relegated to, how long are you going to be on that thing, Mike? This is what I get now. And then
I told you, move it to the garage. Is it still 100 degrees down there? Is it still 100 degrees?
Dude, yeah, it was 106 yesterday, 107 yesterday, something like that.
I say move it to the garage. Get one of those little air conditioners I have. Pop the door open just a little bit.
I've got a 3-car garage, bro. It's not a 1-car garage.
Why don't we make it like a box? Turn it into a box in there. Make a shed inside your.
You know what I like? I like
a shed.
But you're in another country, bro.
I told you as soon as COVID's down, I'd be down there and help you build it. Because the way I see it, holiday in California.
I'm calling Border Patrol. Let this guy across.
You know what? Go buy one of those.
He will bring upon the demise of my.
Go buy a cheap plastic shed from like Costco and put it in your garage, and then inside the shed put in an AC unit. Job done. You have your own sim room that you could put a lock on the door so the wife can't go, Mikey, when you coming for dinner?
I love my wife. She's my best friend.
I know you do.
I don't want to misrepresent the level of love that I have for my wife. Okay.
I'm still waiting for her to come in there and slap you in the back of the head like she did last week.
Dude, that was funny. It's funny and it's not uncommon. How about that? Okay.
No, your wife's cool. She's every time I have a migraine, you should take this.
Or just get
a divorce. True. See, to be fair, my wife's awesome. She understands. Like, this is I had a bad day. I'm gonna run some laps. I'm gonna go hang out in the man cave, and she's just like, boom. And then she'll come.
You know how long it took me to find a woman that would understand my sickness?
But the way she sees it, I know I'm looking. The camera's here. I'm looking over here because I have Cammy on this screen because I had other shit on this screen. So let me do this here. Let me move this back here. The way she sees it, I'm home. I'm not out at the bar. I'm not out doing.
No, the problem is my wife wants to be at the bar.
Yeah, that's true. Meaning, I'm home with her. Meaning,
You're not though. You're over in the corner playing with your friends.
What are you talking about?
Okay, you said you're home,
but
are you really home?
She knows what I'm doing right now. I'm actually waiting for her to stick out her head through that door. Whereas the door's over there, and like, nah. Because she would do something like
typical
that.
mine gets it too. She just likes to give me a hard time about it. She doesn't like the amount of money I spend on it. I try to get her on and get her to drive.
She won't. My wife won't.
It jacks her up.
I know.
You know what's funny is the first time I put her in VR, I put her in it was like Project Cars 2 in a convertible Ferrari on the coast. You know, like on the PCH highway one. And I put her on there. I'm like, just drive it like a normal car. And she's like, oh, wow, look at this. Get this fucking thing off my face. It's making me sick. And I was just like, oh, damn it. I wanted
Yeah, my wife won't even go near the rig. She won't go near it. She doesn't want to sit in it. I had a neighbor come over. He tried it. He loved it. Got his wife in there. She goes, I don't want to drive. Give me something else. And because I have the motion rig, I'm like, okay, I'll put you in a roller coaster. Put the headphones on her because I don't have speakers set up. And I thought she was killing someone. I thought she was screaming so loud, I thought someone was dying.
Now, she likes the VR, like that kind of stuff. Like that whole, what do you call it? That whole sample thing they do when you first set it up on Oculus. Yeah. Like, she was just like, whoa, this is so cool. And she was okay with that. She just doesn't get the racing thing. It doesn't interest her at all. It doesn't make her, so it's entirely my thing. And she may have acted like she really liked it when we first started dating.
She just wanted to get in your pants.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, really? So you drive that thing?
Oh, wow. But you know what? When I first started dating my wife, I'd sit there and play Xbox for hours. So she'd just sit there, read her book, and then
Mine does.
I had a projector, huge projector in the living room.
Of course.
She'd be like, oh, there's a guy up on the right. Guy. She used to call it the guys.
See, now my wife really enjoys if I sit with her on the couch and watch her play. And if I'll sit there and I'll watch her play and I'll give her like, hey, there's somebody over there to your right, blah, blah, blah. But then if I'm like sitting there and I'm bored after like 20, 30 minutes and I get up and I go to walk out of the room, she's like, hey, where are you going? What? You don't want to watch anymore? And then I'll go in the other room for like 10 minutes or something, and then I'll hear her turn it off. She loses interest because I'm not watching.
What was the game I used to play? Drake's Fortune. So I'm an Xbox guy, and the only reason I buy a PS3 or a PS4 or whatever is for Drake's Fortune. And I would sit there and play that for hours, all Saturday. Order pizza. I'm playing Drake's Fortune. But my wife would sit there, and because the story is so fucking good, she'd actually get into the story. She goes, you're stopping? I want to know what happens next in the next cutscene. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty fun. We would, I don't know, she's more into like first-person shooters, and she's gotten into Grand Theft Auto, so we get on there.
I could just picture her carjacking kids. Give me your car, you little shit.
It's such a horrible game as far as morality is concerned. I feel like I'm just like, nah. And she gets on there and she's like, she'll get to a point and she'll go, oh, wait a second. She'll be like, Mike, I can't get through this level. I can't get through this part or whatever. And she'll hand it to me. I'll get it through it. And then she's like, give it back, and then that kind of a thing we'll do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she does. She also likes like the DAX and what is that? It's a PlayStation game, kind of like Sonic, Jax and something or other. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I got really into for a long time was Arma. Do you know Arma?
I have Arma, but every time I go to join a server, I need like to download 2 days.
Yeah, there's a lot. 2 days. There's a lot of DLC. There's a lot of DLC, but we used to play a lot of Arma. We used to have a little group that used to meet up, and man, we used to play for hours.
See, before Arma, there was America. Was it America's Army? 1 second. I think it was America's
Army. You're talking about originally?
Yeah.
It was called? I thought it was just called Arma.
No, there was another one. America's Army, yeah. Came out in 2002. So before you could play the game, You had to do basic training.
Yeah.
You had to do medical training.
Yeah.
You spent like an hour just doing training before you can even get on any server.
Right.
And when you're on the server, you were stuck with one gun. That was it. But they used it as a training tool to join the army.
Right. That was a recruiting.
Yeah.
A recruiting thing, and then that became Arma, I guess.
I don't know if it became Arma. I just know that's what it was. That's what we played first. Because we got sick of Counter-Strike and all that shit.
And then the other one I play.
Oh, who's pitting? Who's in the pits?
Squad.
Who's in the pits behind you? Who's in the pits? Oh, wait. You didn't turn around fast enough.
Yeah.
All right. No.
So anyway, we had a discussion with one of our league members about possibly doing a charity race, an endurance charity race. And I know you brought up 24-hour. I don't think we should do 24-hour. I think it should be like a 3-hour. Or
I don't think 3 hours long. I don't
6
think 3 hours long.
6
I think
hour,
maybe
6 hour.
12. If you're gonna do it, do it for 12. 12 hours is perfect. But if we did a 24, the good thing about 24, there's so many sim racers in Europe, and there's so many sim racers in North America, that you could literally have a split team of 2 or 3 guys in North America, or a split team of 2 or 3 guys in Europe. So when it's nighttime in Europe, the North American guys are driving. And just as it's coming morning, boom, all the European guys are coming back on.
See, I like 6 hours too. I don't want to tie up a whole day.
That's not a whole day because you're only racing for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
If you split 12 hours or 24 hours between 4 drivers, and you have to do a minimum of 2-hour stints.
But the real point of it would be because we want to do it for charity, and haven't quite gotten into what kind of charity and whatnot, but it's the beginnings of the thoughts of the ideas of doing something like that, and maybe getting some of the other personalities to join in as well. And I know between the two leagues, the 2 exiled leagues, we would definitely get a good group of drivers.
We'd have, yeah.
But we would have to really put out. We would have to really put a lot of.
How come McCoy hasn't followed us yet? He's been in here the whole chat and he hasn't hit the follow button yet. What a prick.
Everybody should be following. It's just going to get better.
We need to hit a minimum of 50 followers so we can hit the next tier on Twitch. That way we that way we can show nudity.
I know a lot. I know there's a lot of people that watch the videos after
the fact.
Yeah, after the fact, which is cool.
Yeah.
And
but you know what? If you're gonna sit there and you're gonna spend the hour to watch us, just hit that like button or subscribe.
Yeah.
And you've talked about, we don't have to just stream Saturday mornings. We might think of doing.
Yeah, because you and I get into discussions all the time, and it's like, why not just do it on the channel so that we can get other feedback.
That's like we talked for like 2.5 hours before we got even the channel this morning.
Yeah, I know.
And like, no, just save that. We could use that. Okay, and then you just boom.
Right. Right. Has anybody tried the new Corvette?
McCoy finally followed us.
Anybody try the new Corvette in iRacing?
I have not, but how much is it? Let's see how much it is first.
I'm just curious because I'm really like if that popped up on.
I think it's going to be the next car in ACC and RF2.
I think RF2 for sure. I can't wait. Like I will race that thing because I think that car is so cool, man.
Shop cars. How much is it?
No.
Uh-oh. I'm saying $16. What do you say?
I say it's $14.95. Yeah, the Dallara.
We're both wrong. We're both wrong.
11?
$11.95. $12.
I know it's always like $11.95.
All the cars are all $11.95. Well, what's this one? Well, the HPD is $3 on sale.
Yeah, but they have a new one.
I know.
They have
how much is the
new Dallara? They have the new Dallara.
Where is it? The new Dallara, $12 as well. The P217, yeah, that's $12 as well.
I'll look forward to the R Factor one.
Yeah.
God, I want to drive R Factor. I like ACC. It's fun, but man, I really love R Factor. God. Why don't we do something like a
Fun race tonight?
well, possibly. But maybe we should do
I know there's
like
talk
a
about
cool-
doing a midweek race, and I think we
we were talking about AMS. We were talking about doing an AMS too. We got to find out how many people have AMS too. I want to know, anybody who's watching right now, have you tried AMS?
All 7 of you?
Are you enjoying it?
All 7 of you tried. I tried the Delaria. Nope.
Delara.
What? You say Delara, I say Camber.
Fun race in the Radical at Portland next week. Ooh, okay. on R Factor, you're saying?
R Factor, right?
McCoy. That would be fun.
It's such it, and we wanted to be our next league, but everyone just got hooked into ACC.
I'm really enjoying the ACC stuff though too.
Yeah. Never tried. Yeah. No, it's been a good year for sim racing. But it's also with everyone getting into it and so many people coming from like not being able to go play sports and wanting to be competitive at something, it's made the game, other than fucking Project Cars 3, all the other gaming games like RF2 and ACC and AMS2, and they've all stepped up their game. So.
So McCoy's, that's what I was thinking. Well, the Radical is a DLC, isn't it? Or is Radical free?
I think you had to buy it. But he said use the official track content because the third-party tracks suck. Depends on which third-party tracks suck.
Yeah, the new Portland is awesome.
Yeah. I haven't done Portland yet. But
it's good.
But anything by Centerman is a really good track. So usually laser scanned. The guy makes phenomenal tracks. So
yeah, that's one of my favorite Portland because it's short, but it's great for like cup cars or same class.
Yeah,
McCoy, what do you think about fixed setup?
And
it would make things interesting.
And we wait. Gotcha. Keep in mind he's got like a 20-second delay, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. But that's a great track. I really, really enjoy that.
I say Portland or Sebring in the Radicals would be.
Sebring would be fun. I always love Sebring. Sebring's my favorite track on.
I still haven't tried Sebring on the D-Box.
You know what I would love? I would love if R Factor would do an official Daytona Speedway track, laser scan. That would be awesome.
I thought they were. I thought I read that they were.
I don't know, man. Every one that I've been on there's some good ones, but the track doesn't feel like that because I've driven I forget what simulator I've been on, but Daytona is not perfectly smooth. Around the oval, it undulates and bounces, and it's not as smooth as I think even Project Cars 2 had a nice model of it. That means AMS2 should get the rights to all the tracks that were on PC.
I think they're coming, but they're updating them all, and they're all going to be DLCs.
I hope so.
I think they're all going to be DLCs. I'm just going to go.
I really like Automobilista. I really, really like it. Like, I want it to get better, and I want it to. There's still a lot of bugs all the time. People post videos of all kinds of weird shit. But, for the most part, I would say this time next year, that sim's going to be pretty amazing. I think that the car models are nice. I love the selection of vehicles are great for league racing. they're awesome. One of my favorite cars on that sim is the Sprint Racer. It's almost like a McGain trophy, but they're fast. They got a lot of downforce, and they're just so equal in performance that you got to drive so hard to try to get past the guy. You know what I mean? It's.
I've only put a few hours into it. I really got to get into it. I had all last week off. All last week.
The physics are good in AMS2. I think it's closer to R Factor 2 than it would be to ACC. That's the way I would describe it. It's got a real you feel really connected to the car, and yeah, it's better than ACC for sure. I think at least the force feedback is.
See, now I'm gonna try it.
They're still working on the AI stuff because that's really difficult to.
But no sim has perfect AI.
The best AI is R Factor. That's the best
on a stock track, not on a stock track, not on a mod, yeah. Not on a mod. Stock track, yes, not on a mod. So it's like there's so many sims out there now, just not enough time.
Oh, look. So McCoy typed something and it said it was deleted by the moderator and it said, please refrain from long messages. Do you see that?
Well, what the heck, McCoy?
What did you do?
26 messages were deleted by moderator.
Send it in 6 parts.
Send it 26 Oh, it's because he's probably just been doing it. Let me, I'll have to change the mod for next time.
I would like, I heard new DTM for Race Room, and I have not raced Race Room in years.
Race Room's an awesome sim. Race Room to me, so I had my first motion sim, my second motion sim, then the SFX 100, and now the D-Box. I haven't tried it on the D-Box yet, but on all my other motion sims, was phenomenal. And the sound. The only thing that rivals it for sound now is ACC. That's the only thing that comes close to it.
McCoy, I literally have not fired up Race Room in years. It's probably been 3 years since I've even opened it. I can tell you right now. Let me look at how many hours I have on it. Because I don't know. I had a wheel problem or something with Race Room. Let's see here. Race Room. I have a total of 40 hours on Race Room.
Yeah, I got like 1,500 hours.
But I remember the sound was amazing.
The trick with Race Room to buy content is not to buy it through Steam or through the store. You want to put it here. You want to go here. 1 second. So everyone just assumes you have to buy the. You have to buy the
content through Steam.
Yeah, you don't. So Race Room does a stuff virtual race points, VRP, right? So if you go to, I'll put the link in the thing here. So literally, it's €64 for 10,000 points. That €64 literally gives you all the content. Because when you pay with VRP, you actually get a discount. So you actually get the stuff cheaper. You know, and that's how I always done it. So if you go to Games Race Room, I'll log in, sign in with Steam. Oh, it's probably gonna ask me for it's gonna ask me to link it. What's my authentication code? Where's my Steam?
So my problem that I had with Race Room was I kept having a wheel calibration problem, and it was with my Fanatec CSR wheel.
Well, that was your issue right there. We're never getting sponsored by Fanatec. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. I still use a wheel. I still use their Formula wheel, but
that's probably the best wheel they've ever made.
Yeah, I put grip tape on it, or I put cycle handlebar tape on it because the handles are like plastic covered with felt. Okay, they're like so harsh on the hands.
So
I
it's
went ahead
10
and
euro. 10 euro. So I still
wrapped
have
it
VRP left. It's 10
with
euro.
my sim racing machines magnetic shifters. Those are great. I love them.
So yeah, so if you buy it with VRP, you get massive discounts. So I literally only have to buy. What do I have? So see all. I have most of it. I have pretty much all of it. Ooh, I don't have those.
That's great, Mike. I'm glad that you have almost all of it.
I don't have
any of it. But if I wanted a DTM, I think I would just want to buy, because I think you can just buy one car, right?
You can just buy one car.
And if I just buy one car, then I can. Oh, but you can get the DTM car pack.
Yeah, it's cheaper to buy the pack.
Yeah.
So the one thing I love about a race room, when you go to your profile on their page, it blanks out and grays out all the stuff you already own. So
you're saying it's user friendly?
Yeah, very. Like it shows everything I own. So literally, I do not own all the new stuff.
I don't have anything. I think I have a Porsche. Let me look at the store page. And then browse all. There we go. There's the DTM. Oh, that's 2015.
Yeah.
Where's the new one?
I don't know if it's been released yet. Oh, there it is, DTM 2020. So change it to classes. Yeah.
Well, they're all new cars.
There's only 2 cars though in the pack.
Yeah.
BMW and Audi, because Mercedes pulled out.
Yeah, Mercedes pulled out, and somebody else pulled out too.
Didn't Aston Martin go in there last year? I thought Aston was in it last year.
Well, DTM isn't it all?
It is
German manufactured vehicles.
It was, and I think Aston Martin went in last year just for shits and giggles because Mercedes pulled out or someone pulled out. Oh, BMW's not in there either.
Yeah, they all pulled out.
But they're showing the BMW. No, that is the BMW. No, BMW, Audi. You're missing the Mercedes. Yeah, you're just missing the Merc. So, for €10, well, that's £10. I gotta change my account so it's in Canadian dollars so I can pay with real money. So they have the Formula US in there now. I don't know if... yeah, see, I have that. That's the Indy cars. Formula Race Room US. That's the Indy car.
Where are you seeing all that?
So, where are you? Are you in your race room? Are you in the... Where are you? You in...
Oh, you opened Race Room? Or
No, I'm on the actual game.raceroom.com and logged in.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Well, you're dumb.
Oh, I like to say slow.
I call you special.
Yeah, well, I would like to find a good DTM in R Factor 2.
There is a good one. I have it.
Because I thought there was one, but it sounded so janky to me. Like in the car, it just didn't sound right or something. I don't know. I
think I might go upgrade my shit today.
You're doing it? You're gonna go buy your card?
I think I'm gonna get a new motherboard, new processor, new power supply. I've been looking while we've been chatting. I've been looking at bundles.
Where do you go to buy your stuff?
We have a store here called Memory Express. So it's probably the best computer store.
And when you walk in, it's like cheers. They're all like, "Hi, Mike." And he's like, "Hi, guys." And they're like, "Come on over here."
Funny story. Before we moved to Europe, my wife used to work for them.
Oh.
She was their RMA manager. So she used to send all the...
Yeah,
it doesn't work. I want my money back. And then they test it. It works fine. The guy was just an idiot. So I used to get all my stuff on the cheap. I really wanted to...
Because they didn't know how to install a driver or something.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to go upgrade to... I don't know if I'm going to do an i9 or an i7. i9's a lot of money.
I don't know. I'm happy with my processor. It's been great. It's older, I guess, 7700K, but it...
See, and I got an 8700K. I just don't know how much it's going to bottleneck with a 3090.
It's not going to. Come on.
Maybe I should just go AMD Ryzen.
Threadripper.
Threadripper! It'll burn your house down. It's so fast.
All right, man. We've been on for an hour and a half now. I gotta
poop.
I gotta get.
So we're gonna talk about over the next week or so. We're gonna talk about the charity race. What we have planned.
We'll come up with some details, and hopefully we'll have some new likes and some new subscribers that can give us some ideas of things to discuss, because that's always helpful. The interaction. We appreciate you guys tuning in today.
If you know any sim racers that need to kill an hour in the morning, tell them to.
Yeah, but I don't care. I mean, if people watch it during the week, that's cool. That's what I do.
But if you're going to watch it, hit the follow button. We don't.
Exactly.
I've been pinching a turtle head for the last 20 minutes to keep talking.
All right, guys.
All right, we're out. You guys have a great week.
Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. And for the guys in our league, we'll see you on track.